Hello, and we are live finally. All right, how are you? It's been a while. I've been on Facebook Live. Trust me, life happens, and when you're running several businesses, sometimes you just need to get away from social media and actually run the business because I run several businesses which aren't always on social media, but it's good to be back. It's good to have you. And today I have someone very special to bring to you today. But before I go in to bring in my guest today, Kome Olori, um, why are we here today? It's the Angel Business Show. And the mission and the vision of this show is to be able to bring you the stories, the challenges, the lessons that we as entrepreneurs that we have to go through in order for us to be able to run our businesses successfully. One thing I understand and one thing I know from running several of these businesses is the fact that things will happen. You have to overcome several challenges, that will come your way. And it's not always easy. Entrepreneurial journey is never easy or straightforward, but we push through all the odds, we push through the challenges, and we come out as better people on the other end. So at the T Angel Business Show, the aim is to be able to bring you the knowledge, the mindset, the strategies, and the inspiration for you to take the momentum building action steps to help you unleash your purpose and your passion in order to be able for you to grow a profitable and a successful business on your terms. All right. The mission is to be able to highlight for you successful entrepreneurs in various sectors. I'm not just only going to be bringing to you people who are running online businesses because I have to understand the fact that there are so many people that run brick and mortar businesses. So we are going to cut across several sectors in order for people to come and tell you their stories, how they have been able to succeed despite the odds, the life, and the entrepreneurial journey has thrown at them, and they've been able to come out to succeed on the other end. And the aim is that by sharing their journey, their stories, all the things they've gone through, you will be able to be empowered, encouraged, and inspired to be able to launch, build, and grow your business. All right. And I would like to bring on my guest today, Kome Olori. She's the business strategist. She's the founder of the She Dares TV. She Dares to Succeed. So who is daring herself or himself to succeed today? This is Kome. She's going to tell you how she's been able to dare many women to actually succeed even beyond their own imagination. And she is the founder of a growing community of women entrepreneurs. And she is dubbed the monetizer. So she's going to be able to tell us today how she came about that title, why people call her the monetizer. Kome helps women to create physical products, businesses from what they love that allows them to spend quality time with their families. She's the author of Plan B, your guide to making 10,000 to 100,000 selling on Amazon and firing your boss. Who's ready to fire their boss today? Let me know in the comment. Let me know in the chat. She's also the creator behind the YouTube channel She Dares TV, She Dares to Succeed TV, and she also runs a podcast, the She Dares Women podcast. Kome draws from 10 years of her experience of working in international trade finance. She used to be a banker before she actually quit her job and started running her own business. And whilst building multiple online businesses, she brings a very, very fresh perspective on how you can start and run a successful business, dealing with fear and the topic of women empowerment in general. So I have the pleasure to bring to you. Let us know where you're coming, where you're joining us today. Let us know that in the chat. Let us say hello and thank you for watching today. And so I have the pleasure to bring to my screen Kome Olori. Hello, Kome.
Hi, it's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's good to have you. It's good to have you. And today, I know you like you said, you've been on you've had to do so many things, shot your YouTube videos, and I know you're a busy woman. You've got tentacles all spread around, and you're doing everything so well. So how can we meet you? Tell us more about yourself. What do you do, and how did you get here to be an entrepreneur? Knowing the fact that you used to be a banker, you work in the banking industry. So, how did you get here? Let's know more about you.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to try to keep the story short, obviously.
Okay.
So the first thing is I run She Dares to Succeed, which is a community for women entrepreneurs. So whether you are starting or building your business, and part of that is a community which we call the inner circle, where women who are building businesses actually come together. So no judgment zone, where we share ideas and help each other grow.
Okay.
And then as a business strategist, I help women specifically create
Mm-hmm.
products that they can sell online out of their own passions. And the whole point is to allow them spend as much time with their families so that you don't feel like you're working at a job that you hate, or that you have to do certain things that you don't like to make money. So you create your own products, you sell them online, because everybody knows that e-commerce is exploding right now.
It is.
And
It is.
so it's such a thriving niche industry that women are going into and creating products that we want to buy, and that's how they make money online.
Mm-hmm.
And the second question was, how did I get to become
How
an
did you get to to be an entrepreneur, knowing your
so
background?
I have a first degree in accounting. I should be an accountant. But when I was finishing university, I just knew that I had been on the wrong path. So I went and did a master's in management. And then, of course, after combining those two, where was the next place to go? I went into corporate banking, and I was
Okay.
working in international trade finance, which has to do with letters of credit, helping people ship goods and whatnot. And I hated it. It was just one of those things that I can't even explain just how much I detested the work. It just didn't connect with me. So initially, when I went into working, I thought it would get better. So I changed departments 3, 4 times before I got to trade finance. Trade finance was better than the rest, but every day I would go to work, I knew something was missing in my life, and I was searching for what that was. Like, I
Mm.
really wanted to be successful, but I wanted to be successful doing things that I loved and
That you
things that
love,
mattered
yes.
to me. And so, eventually, to keep the long story short, I went through a whole phase of trying to find what is that thing that I love. And then, by God's grace, I found She Dares to Succeed, the opportunity to influence and educate and help people. And I finally left banking in the pandemic season. So
Wow.
it's nearly a year that I have been a full-time entrepreneur. But just to give a little bit of context, I was
Mm.
already running my business before I eventually left my job.
Left.
But so I have been a full-time entrepreneur since April 2020.
Wow, that is actually wonderful, because that tells me something which I would also like to bring to a lot of people's attention. I see some people just jumping ship and leaving their work without actually no plans as to what's going to happen from here, and that brings a lot of frustrations along the way, because you don't have a plan as to, okay, I don't like the job I'm in, I hate this job, I want to fulfill purpose. I want to do more and be more, and have more, because entrepreneurship gives you room to actually earn your own kind of money depending on the effort you put in. But
Yeah.
you've got to have a plan. You've got to have something that you're going to love on the long run. So it's very important that you're doing something on the side. You know that this business you're running on the side is actually able to run itself and provide you the freedom that you actually desire. So what are some of the things that you've noticed, from leaving your job and then being an entrepreneur? What are some of the transition or qualities that are actually helped you to make that transition smoothly? What has really helped you?
Well, the first thing was I already knew that I wanted to leave my job. So it didn't take me by surprise. and which is where a lot of people struggle. Just like you said, they leave and then they're like, what else am I going to do? So I already knew in advance, and I started planning towards it as early as 2 years prior to when I left. And when I started planning, so I started a business online. I started selling on Amazon. I was selling on eBay, and I was using that to create an egg nest of funds that I was going to leave in savings for when I left. Because there's nothing that gets people desperate to go back to work like being broke when they eventually leave that job they hated. And I didn't want that to happen to me. I knew that if I was leaving, I wanted to leave for good. So I think those are the two most important things. I planned in advance and I saved some money in advance as well. And then the third thing is I really tried a lot of different things before I settled on what I was going to do. So for anybody who is thinking of leaving their job, if you are not sure of what you are leaving to do, then it's better for you to start trying different things so that you are very sure of what you are going to do when you leave.
That's really awesome, which ties in beautifully with what you mentioned initially about knowing and having something that this is what I'm going to do. I'm not just going to jump shape and leave and I don't know what I'm going to be doing afterwards, because that it does create a lot of frustration. And then from your profile and from knowing a lot about you, because I've been able to dig and go around and see some of the things that you do. You run multiple businesses. You have a YouTube channel. You have a women empowerment community where women come together to learn how to start a business. And you are also an Amazon expert. You show people how they can start and earn money from selling things on Amazon. And how do you juggle all of these things or roles? And you're a wife, you're a mom. So, you have to have a balance, sort of. So how are you able to make sure that all of these things don't, they don't crush on each other and you're balancing everything very well?
Yeah. Well, I think for me, the very first thing is I have a very supportive husband. And without him, I probably wouldn't be able to do as much as I'm able to do. Because, for example, I'm here talking to you and he's with the children in the living room, keeping them entertained. And so I understand when some women share with me that their husbands are not helpful. Having said that, it's also a case of how bad do you want it, right? I meet a lot of women who have so many big dreams. They have so much they want to do. But when it comes down to actually doing the work, they're nowhere to be found. And so for
Tell me
me,
about it.
And for me, when I was leaving my job, I knew that if I could show up every day to work at somebody's job for little amount of money,
yeah,
and without any real thanks or recognition or reward, I mean, how much was the bonus in banking? And meanwhile, we spend the whole year hitting our heads on the wall trying to get
to make sure you meet the targets. Yes.
So I made up my mind that if I was going to leave banking to do my own thing, I was going to put in 100% more than the 100% I was putting in at my
already
job.
Giving someone else. Yes, absolutely.
You understand? So for me, it drives me to working hard at my business, to showing up at my business. Don't get me wrong, there are days when it's tough. So during the week, one of the things I started doing recently is naturally I'm a night owl. So it means I'm very productive at nights. But recently, because I found out that I stay up really late to work, it means that when the children are up in the morning, I'm tired.
You're tired, yeah.
One of the things I have started doing is I get up at 5:30 every morning now to be able to spend some time before the children wake up. And it just has been helping a lot. So what am I trying to say is if you want it, you will work for it.
Find a way, get it.
And you will find a way, which is exactly what I'm doing. So, I was sharing I just finished an IG live before hopping on here with you. And I was sharing that today is Saturday. A lot of people are lounging in bed But I woke up as early as 7 a.m. this morning. I have shot 2 YouTube videos, which are going to be, shared on it. I have created graphics for my website. I have shot a reel this morning. I
Wow.
have done an IG live. I have written a blog post, and I am talking to you now. And I still have my children, and it's just 12:21 my time. So how much do you want it?
True. True. Because that's very, very good to understand. You've got to understand yourself. How do I work? How can I, create time? Because what I find when I speak to a lot of people, where they fall short or where they're having problem or struggling is, oh, I don't have time. I've got kids, I've got this, I've got that. But you've got to, the thing is, you will never have time if time is your problem.
Yeah.
You're never going to have the time. You have to find a balance. You have to find ways that you can work to do the things that you need to do. It's very, very important that we understand ourselves. I'm a night owl as well. I can work till very late.
Yeah.
I can sleep 5 a.m. and I can wake up 7 a.m. and I'll still be fine the rest of the day. I might get tired towards the evening of that day, but I can sleep just 2 hours and I'll be okay. And then I can make use of that time. So once you know that you can stay up late, even if it's one giving yourself extra hour, if you want to be an author, which I'm going to come to because I know you're an author. If you want to write a book, you want to, you want to write, even if it's 2 hours, you give yourself. If you're not someone that can stay up late, then you be someone that can wake up very early to give yourself 1 hour or 2 hours grace to be able to do the things that you need to do. Put the time into your business to make sure that you're doing the greatest that you can actually do. And then coming to that, how with all of this, how were you able to create time to be able to come out? Because I'm writing my book and I'm telling you it's not the easiest of things to do. How were you able to do this successfully?
Okay, God's grace is one of them, because sometimes I'm a human being. Sometimes I get tired, I procrastinate,
Absolutely.
I lose motivation, or things go wrong. So I want to say God's grace really has been immense. Because that sometimes that I ask myself to, like, seriously, how did that happen? But also is the fact that what discourages a lot of people and gets them overwhelmed is that they think of the big picture so much that they get overwhelmed. So for me, writing a book was as simple as recording my voice every day for a few weeks.
Wow,
And
that's a very good tip.
you can do that with your phone. Like, you can just pick up your phone, you have an idea, and you just say, okay, what is this book supposed to say? And I know what I wanted my book to say: fire your boss by selling on Amazon. It was so simple, straight to the point. And so I started to, record myself. Sometimes I'll use my Zoom, record myself, and save that. And it was so easy to transcribe all of that and turn it into written documents that was now edited for publishing. So that's one trick you could use. But also, I believe in the power of bite size. Just do a little at a time. If it's going to take you 3 months to write the book, how about you set apart 30 minutes every day for 3 months? And just for that 30 minutes, don't look at Instagram, don't greet anybody, just be in your own zone and just bang out the words for 30 minutes. Don't even read it. Just write it out.
Yeah.
Close the computer, go about your day. In 90 days, when you come back, you'll find out that you have a full-fledged book. Yes, it will have to go through publishing, editing, creating everything to make it good, but you've done the most important work.
Yeah, which is the writing.
Writing. Because how do you publish a book without writing it?
Without writing it. Yeah, it's true. All right, awesome. All right. I know there's been a lot of interest from people wanting to sell on Amazon. So, and this is you is one of your specialties, and it's something that you're doing successfully. So can you tell our viewers and the people out there, before comments on selling on Amazon, if you have any questions, please let us know in the comments. If you can share this show to your Facebook pages as well, so that a lot of people can get to know more about this show and can get to
Question,
direct the path.
you
Yes.
drop the link to this in the comments so that I can share it to the community as well.
Okay. So, yeah. Oh, is that the link? No, that's not the link.
That's it.
Okay, so I'm dropping the link now. All right, so yeah, if you can all join in, please share the link for us, so that is that the link or the link for your invite? Oh well, never mind. It's out there anyway.
If this is the correct link, please tell me so that I can easily share it to everyone.
Let's see. I think so. Okay, yeah. I think so, but that's the link I'm on now. So let's see if it works. Yes, that's the link I'm on.
I'll share that very quickly. Please give me a brief moment while I share this to the community.
While Kome is sharing that, it's the whole essence of this show, people, is for us to be able to bring to you some of the challenges, because sometimes when you feel that you are the only one going through certain things, you will feel there's no way out. But once you know that this particular situation or struggle is not peculiar to you, and other people are facing the same situation, they're facing the same challenges, and that you learn from them what they've been able to do to be able to succeed and to be able to come through to the other end. This is someone that she's authored a book. She runs a women community. She has a YouTube channel. She's a mom, she's a wife. She does amazingly well on Amazon, and she also helps people to get into selling on Amazon, on eBay, which is going to talk about more with us now. So if she can do all of these things successfully, and she still has time to show up online every day, it means you can do it. If she can, and you can do it. And so we need to come out of the excuse bubble that we tell ourselves that we don't have time, because once you make time for something, once you desire something, once you need something, you are going to be able to make time for it. Okay, so I've got some question in the chat. How can one get a product that is marketable on Amazon? So we will want Kome to talk more on the Amazon and the eBay and getting products.
Just a point of reference, the link you shared is actually to the stage.
Okay.
If you have the link to watch, then just share that with me.
Okay.
Or if anybody can help us on Facebook, that would be fantastic, just to get more people here. I'm so excited for us to talk about Amazon. That's one of my favorite topics in the whole world. And I can see questions coming in. Hi, Ade. Ade says, how can one get a product marketable on Amazon? Fantastic. I'm so excited to answer that question, but just hang on with us and let's get this link thing working first.
Yeah.
If you can find it, leave it.
Yeah, for some reason, let me see.
Okay. Let's try this one.
Okay, what I'll do, let me remove the link, because that link is into the show itself.
Okay. Yinka just shared a link.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I shared the guest link instead.
Okay, so I'm going to quickly post this again.
Thank you. All right. While she's sharing the link, All right, thank you. If you have any questions, let's know in the chat. Let's get the comment section up, because whilst we have Kome here, is going to be very good to get to find out about, all the Amazon secrets, the tips and the strategies, that because I see a lot of people that do this very wrong. And the reason why I say a lot of people do things very wrong is because I have a post office here in UK, and a lot of people, when they come in, they share some of their struggles and challenges about posting items, and they have to literally uh, have all of these items at home. They have to ship it. They have all the struggle of having to post. Sometimes they get the postage cost wrong, and they find out that they've actually lost money from selling something online rather than making money. So
Absolutely.
this is someone that actually does very well in it, and so she's going to guide us into what to do.
So I can see some of my community members coming on, and I just want to
Uh,
welcome them very quickly. Thank you so much for honoring my
thank
invitation.
you, everyone. It's really, really wonderful.
So let's talk about this Amazon thing, as you were asking. So Yinka, for example, or is it somebody was asking that
How they
how
said,
do you
how
get
can you get
products on
products that are
Amazon?
marketable on Amazon?
Yeah. So there are two different ways that you can sell on Amazon, which is the first one is you are reselling people's products that are already popular, they're already known. So quick example would be like your Cadbury, your Dettol, your Clorox, products like that, that everybody knows it. And so it has nothing to do with you or your marketing strategy,
Mm.
right? Um, and that's quite easy to get started in because you're going to be doing the research to find what products people are really buying on Amazon so that you can then go and buy it at a cheaper price and sell. So that's one way. The second model, so first of all, the first model is called retail arbitrage. And the second model is private labeling, which is you come up with your own product ideas. So for example, whatever it is that causes a problem for you or you think you can do better, you create that product and then you sell on Amazon. But that means you've done your research in advance to make sure that the product sells. It will shock you to know that one of the most profitable products to sell on Amazon are actually mugs, like simple everyday mugs,
Really?
white
Wow.
mugs, branded mugs, printed mugs.
Wow.
People are making so much money on Amazon simply because Amazon carries nearly everything that you need in your house. And so those are the two ways
Absolutely.
that you make money.
Wow. That is awesome. And in terms of ways can you expand more on the arbitrage where people don't need to actually have their own stock, but they can do this? And do people need to actually have these items with them? Do they need to purchase and have it with them and then sell and post out? Or do they keep this stock with Amazon and then somebody buys and Amazon sends to them? So can you expatiate more on how they can on the arbitrage thing,
I mean,
please?
without overcomplicating it, you could sell and keep the items with you. Absolutely. There's no rule against it, right? And then every time there's a sale, you go to someone like Toasting and then you post your item at a post office, right?
Yes.
But I did that when I was getting started on eBay and then before I moved to Amazon. And I realized that it was not sustainable for me because I had a full-time job. I had a new baby. I had a full-time husband. And I just found out that I was literally going nuts. And let me tell you very quickly what changed our mindset. So my husband used to help me. And then there was this product I created, which was my own product, right? And this was going back 2015, 2016. So I created my own product. It was nothing fantastic to look at, but there was a demand for it. And I was selling on eBay, right? And we had to make it at home by hand, the packaging, the production, and everything. Anyway, one weekend, we ended up packing over 100 units of that item and sending it out. I felt sorry for my husband that day because don't forget, I was the one with the baby. And of course, I was standing by the side, keeping him company while he was doing the
I
hard
was
work.
doing all the packing.
Exactly. And I was just talking and entertaining him. And by the time we finished, we had spent the whole Saturday literally servicing this business. And so from that day, we knew that, look, this is not
It's not
sustainable.
sustainable.
Don't run a business that prevents you from living a life, a business that you cannot have fun. I love to chill with my family when I'm not working. And so anything that's going to make me pack anything, mm-mm.
Forget.
So you definitely, so what I'm saying is you definitely can keep your products with you, right? It's cheaper, but it is way better when Amazon does the postage for you. They do the storage, they do the handling, they do customer service for you. And every 2 weeks, they just pay money into your bank account, and you're like, yeah, this is the life. So,
Life.
so personally, I prefer, that option because it allows me to, yes, run my business, but run it in a way that I still have a lot of time for my family.
To other things, absolutely.
Mm.
Especially when you have multiple things that you need to do. The last thing you want is to be tied up, packing, doing packing and packaging and sealing, and then you don't have time to actually even know that some others are already waiting in the basket, because whilst you're doing 10
Exactly.
orders, another 10
Mhm.
order is coming in. By the time you get to the post office, you find out that, oh, there's another 10, and then people are sending you message they want it tomorrow. So I see a lot of people, that's one of the challenges, and they are frustrated. They want to actually hands off the business, even though it's doing really, really well, because it's a good thing, that it's a good problem to have, where by the time you get to the post office, some new orders already waiting for you. So it's a good problem to have, but you've got to find a way around it, and Amazon makes that very easy for you to do, so that you basically, it's hands off for you in a way, and it helps you to multitask and do some other things. Which
Absolutely.
brings me back to some of the questions that I did get when I posted the information out that we're going to be having the live today. And somebody said that, what are the tips and strategies for dealing with procrastination? Because even for seasoned entrepreneurs, procrastination can be something that holds us back from, actually doing the maximum that we really desire to do. So, what tips or what ideas or what strategies have you got?
Well, I wish I had a magic combination or a magic strategy to share, But I want to say we're all human beings and we are all dealing with similar challenges. So I face procrastination as well. And I want to share one of the examples with you to show you how bad it can get. All right. So I got the idea to start a women's community in 2017. I started to show up online. I was doing Facebook Lives every Monday. I was growing a crowd of people who were interested in what I was saying. And I kept hearing God saying, it's not just about showing up live. You're going to build a community, like a place for those women to grow and flourish. Would you believe that it took me 3 years to
Wow.
implement? Yeah. I kept on showing up in my lives. I kept on posting on Instagram. I hosted 3 conferences in the middle of all of that. But the actual community that I kept on hearing I should do, I didn't do it until 2020.
Wow.
So I'm sharing this because I don't want to give the impression that I am perfect. No, we all deal with procrastination, but this is the difference. The moment you realize that you are procrastinating, it's good for you to identify why.
Now.
So in my case, I found out that the reason I had been postponing it and dragging back, and my mom would say drawing like okra. The reason I had been doing all of that was because I was freaking scared of being a leader. I was scared of having people that would look up to me.
To you, yeah.
And it scared me so bad that I kept on putting it off. Right. So in my case, it's fear. But what about the other sister next door? It might not be fear. It might be the fact that, or it might be fear in a different way. It might be fear of what's
Yes.
my husband going to think if I become successful and I become richer than him.
True.
People have that. It could be
Mm.
a case of, what if I'm not present for my family the way I want to be? So for me, the simple, long and short answer is, if you're dealing with procrastination, find out why. Why are you procrastinating? And then once you find out why you are procrastinating, like once you can tell yourself the truth, it's easier for you to now say, okay, what can I do to mitigate this problem? So let's use the example of, maybe you are scared that your children won't see you because you have this mighty business you are running. Could you put in structure? Could you get help that will help you run the business so that you have time for your family? And then that, obviously, that goes away. Could you talk to your husband? If your husband is the problem, can you talk to your husband and make sure that you are both on the same page
Same page.
before you even start, so that you know that his mind is prepared? And I never subscribe to keeping secrets from your partner when it comes to your business, because one day he will know.
He will know. Mm.
He will know. And then that's just the wrong way to manage it. Tell him from the beginning, I have this idea. I want to go into this business. What do you think? Get his opinion, but don't let whatever stop you just because you are scared or whatever. Just keep pushing.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Omowumi says, so good. Thanks for giving us insight into procrastination and for being real about the fact that, every one of us, we procrastinate. I'm telling you, we all procrastinate in one way. I've got another question here from Adeyinka. She says, how do you get those items? Say, for instance, you sell mugs and they are your handmade products. How do you get them to Amazon for them to do the arbitrage for you?
Well, if we're talking about Amazon, it's such a long conversation, but let me see if I can answer this very simply, right? If you are going to sell on Amazon, you have to register on Amazon to be a seller. You have to go through the verification process. Then after that, you now are able to send your items to them. And it's simple as packing it up, creating a shipment, on the back end of Amazon. UPS can come and pick it up, or you can drop it off at their office, and it goes off to Amazon for the next few weeks, until you sell out. And all you now need to worry about is getting your money and deciding how you want to spend that money, right? So that's the sweet part of Amazon. It's quite a very simple process once you know what you are doing, right? Which is why I teach people how to source products, how to know what you want to do, and the way the process should run, so that you don't lose money in the process. But yeah, simple and short.
Is okay. All right. So thank you so much. And then the last question I'm going to ask from some of the questions that people have sent in is, what are some of the ways that whilst you have a 9 to 5 job, what are some of the ways that you can have something on the side? How can you have a side also that you can start on whilst you're looking forward to firing your boss one day?
I love that question. See, this thing is, you remember the first question you asked me of, or how do you do all of this? It's just simple. Do you want it or you don't want it? So for the sake of practicality, right? We have a lot of things that we do as human beings that are not priority, right? If you can go to work and show up to work every day, then you can show up for your dreams. It just depends on where your priorities lie. So while you're preparing yourself to leave your job, one of the things you can do is really narrow down what you do with your time. If you know that you are the Netflix and chill kind of person, perhaps you can cut down the Netflix and the chilling part.
It's 5 hours on series.
There's some people that get back from work and they just sit in front of that telly for hours and hours and hours. They're not doing anything productive. They just like watching. They can tell you all the movies that have come out on Netflix in the last 1 year, and they've seen all of them. Right?
I see people on Instagram saying, "Oh, I've watched all the what's the newest film?" When do you get time to watch this?
Exactly. So that's the first thing. Cut down the time that you spend on irrelevant things. Another thing is, you find a lot of people spending time on Instagram just scrolling. They watch all the reels. They know what everyone is up to. All those things take away from the time that you can actually be creating something that will help you leave that job. All right. So that's very important. The second thing is, I would say financially, one thing that keeps a lot of people stuck at their jobs is the fact that they don't have the money to leave because they are so attached to that salary. So you need to get on the budget and you need to make sure that you are, what's the word? You are saving, but also you are cutting your coat according to your size. You can't be dreaming of leaving your job and you're buying Brazilian hair and every designer that comes out.
And bone straight.
Like, hello, it's never going to happen, right? I shared in a YouTube video recently that one of the things I did was I did not buy any new clothes for nearly 2 years. Like if you like, let the most beautiful model in the world wear this clothes. I am
Display.
not buying, right? Because I knew that when I leave my job and if God,
You need money to live on until things
I'm not
start
going
to
to
pick
eat the
up.
clothes, right? So it's just being honest with yourself. Get on the budget, start planning. Tell the most important people in your family that this is what you are planning towards, so that they can support you. And just make sure that you set a date. That's another thing. Set a date as at when you are going to leave, right? Because what you hear a lot of people doing is they're like, I really want to leave this job. 5 years later, they're still there. 7 years later, they're still there. Auntie, are you
Yeah.
not leaving? They are not leaving because they have not set a date and they are not working towards, a certain time.
Time. Yeah. Speaking, on that and adding to that, how I was able to leave March because I used to work in project management and I was working in NHS. So when I was on maternity leave, I told myself once this maternity leave ends, I'm not going back. I had that date set and I knew I had 9 months to work towards making sure that I have something to replace the money that's going to end when the maternity leave ends. So if you do not, give it a date or you're not looking towards any particular time, it's very easy to continue to procrastinate about leaving. But if you look at it like, I've been fired anyway, so look at it from that point of view, like, I've been fired. So if you're fired, you know that there's nothing to go back to. If you take it from that angle, it actually pushes you to do more than you will do, because unless you're relaxed and you think, okay, well, I have another salary coming in. But when you think, you have the mindset that there's no job I'm going to, you would actually do something. And it made us, because I myself and my husband, we work together, we run the businesses together, and it made us to see that there's no going back. We either make this business work or there's nothing, and we have children to look after. So there must come a point, especially us women, we care for so many things, we care for so many people, and that reluctance to say, oh, what will my children eat, how will my husband take care, we put all of that out with my friends. They will see me like, oh, you're not serious, you really want to quit your job, what would you do, how would you earn money? And it keeps us still, and we procrastinate. We tend to stay with the safety net of the employment, and we don't move forward. But you've got to fix that date, and not just fixing the date, we've got to also get to the point where we say, this is what I'm going to do, not just, oh yeah, I've got the 30th of December to quit my job. But then what do you do after that? You don't have, you don't have. That's why someone like Kome, she has a community. If you tell us more about your community, what does it do and how can people get to work with you? Because I know you also train people on doing the Amazon business. So how can people reach you?
Okay. So the community is for women entrepreneurs, like I mentioned, whether you're starting or building, there is a place for you in the inner circle where we have live events every other week. So 2 weeks of the month, we have a live masterclass. So last week we had Facebook advertising bootcamp, which is supposed to teach you as an entrepreneur how to scale your business with Facebook advertising. So those are some of the kind of live classes we have. We have marketing strategy coming up. We have all sorts coming up that would give you, that grounded knowledge. Because one thing is that when a lot of us start businesses, we don't know a lot of things. And unfortunately, if you have to pay for a course in every single area that you need help, you will be spending so much money that you can't
Thousands,
afford,
thousands. I know how
right?
much I've spent.
Exactly. But the community is very affordable. It's £10 a month for the lower level, which is the basic membership, or £25 a month for a premium membership where you also get group strategy. So that's the community. I also teach women how to start an Amazon business and how to create their own products to sell, whether on Amazon or on their own website. That's why they call me a business strategist, because I can sit with somebody and say, right, this is what would sell. We do the research and we create something beautiful that even people that know you be like, wow, you did that. Amazing. So those are the things I do in She Dares to Succeed. And I'm very excited for anybody who is interested in any of that to send me a message or send me an email. Anyhow you want to reach out, I'm interested in hearing from you.
Oh, that's awesome. So you've heard it all, people, about how Kome Olori is the founder of She Dares to Succeed. She's got a YouTube channel. She's got a women empowerment community. She teaches people how to start and run their businesses using the Amazon model. She teaches people basically how to start and run successful businesses. If you would like to be part of Kome's community, on behalf of TANGEL Business School and Business Show, we will sponsor you for 6 months for you. If you want to be part of that community, send us a message. Let us know that you were part of this TANGEL Business Show today. Take a screenshot now, share it on your social media pages. We'll be able to is for the first let me see. Oh, someone says he's really interested. All right, you know what to do. Take a screenshot, take a picture, share this on your social media pages. Tag myself, Tosinti Angel, tag Kome, and we'll be able to give the first 3 people at least 6 months of the basic into Kome's community, where you are able to be part of that community, to see what she's doing and to learn from someone that's already doing that. So I can see a lot of people saying, I'm interested. That's very good. Just take a screenshot, because that's the only way I know that you've done your little bit. And that bit is just to take a screenshot, share this on your social media pages, tag myself, to City Angel, tag Kome, and then the first 3 people to be able to do that, you'll be will sponsor you into Kome's community to be able to be part of that and to learn from the master herself. All right.
Wow,
A lot
thank
of
you
people are really
so
interested.
much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting that. And so I'm looking forward to seeing the 3 ladies. So I can see Ituno is dropping a comment. I can see who else is dropping. Yinka has dropped a comment.
Yinka's dropped a comment. Ituno has dropped. Ajay has
Whichever
dropped
of
me.
you.
Oh no. Yeah, everyone just take a screenshot, tag us into that, and then the first 3 people that are able to do that, you'll be sponsored into Kome's basic community. That is when you are in there, when you see what she's up to and what she's able to provide for you, it will be a boost to help you start your journey. And even if you're already on this entrepreneurial journey, it will open your eyes to more opportunities that are available for you. And until next time, this is the TANGEL Business Show, where we bring you the knowledge, the mindset, the strategies, the tips, inspiration for you to be able to unleash your purpose and passion, for you to create a profitable and a successful business on your terms. And then we'll be sure to come your way again next time. Until then, do you have your last words? How can we reach Kome? What are your social media channels, the way they can reach you more on?
The best way to reach me is on Instagram. So look for at She Dares to succeed
I'm
and
going to put
follow us.
that in the comment as well.
Fabulous.
That
So She Dares to Succeed is the number one place. I love hearing from people in my DM. You can DM me, follow the page, and just soak up as much information as you can. And if you're also interested in collaborations or any other form of real business talk, then is either you email me at komeolori@yahoo.com. I'm sure Tosin will also share that as well. And I'm
yeah.
very happy and excited to talk to people. Like I just like connecting with as many entrepreneurs as possible.
Okay, so we've sent our social media pages in the chat where you can tag us on the screenshots to let us know that you've been part of this live today. All right, until next time, well, send us your questions. You can message us with your questions. What would you like to know more about? Let us know. All right, until we see you next time, it's goodbye from us. All right, thank
Bye.
you. Bye.